Hello, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to Timmy Talks. So, I want to talk tonight about the whole 50-50 thing that's going around on the internet. You know, what should a man be doing? What should a woman be doing? Should you go 50-50? Blase, blase. So, I think I said it already. Welcome back. Um, so, a couple of people that I know, which are men, were talking about this. So I just wanted to see, if y'all want to talk about it, tell y'all how I feel about it. Okay, okay. So my take on it is this: everything is going to be according to how you was raised. What did you see around you, and what you want for your relationship? Okay, because you can put this 50-50 in a marriage, you can put it in a friendship, you can put it in whatever type of relationship, your job, and that's how I think about it. And I really just am a firm believer in, what you get what you put into something. Makes sense. So I was reading some of the comments on online, and they were saying how, the woman's role. What is the woman's role? What is the man's role? What is the man supposed to be doing it? Who's supposed to pay for this? Who's supposed to pay for that? Blah 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 blah. And when it all boils down to the society that we're in today, in the current year, which is this first day of February in 2024, it always is going to boil down to finances, because let's just be honest, you cannot do anything without finances. Nothing. You can almost better take a breath. The only thing that you can have and can get for free is coming over here. Not just that, I'm just joking. But salvation, Jesus is free. The word is free. That's free. But most things cost you. So I wanted to talk about that. So my thing is, this is my take on the whole 50-50 thing. Now, everybody is not, at the age that I am now, I'm just going to be honest. But if you would probably ask me this about 10 years ago, I probably would have had a whole different outlook, because I feel like people conform to whatever they're around, how you was raised, what you saw, and then what you want to attain for what you have going on, your situation. So, everybody has done things that they're probably not proud of, or have carried weight that they weren't supposed to carry in a relationship, in a friendship, a marriage, or whatever, whatever the ship is. So my thing is this: when I think about it, when it comes to a marriage, I'm going to always go back, and what's going to always be my foundation is what the Bible says, right? So let's go there. So, and bring it to, today's term. So when the woman was created or brought onto the scene, the man was already there. He already had a job. Let's talk about today. He already had a car. He already had somewhere to live. So he was already well off before the woman even came in the picture. Go back and read it. You'll see. So when the woman was, brought up, she was created to help. And help can be in so many different forms. You know what I'm saying? So let's take the financial part out of it for now, and then we'll go back to it. So my thing is this: so if he was already there doing everything he needed to be, he was already established. He didn't need me. In that term, God wanted him not to be alone, because he was lonely. That was the reason for creating. So we'll go back to that. So think about it like that. He wasn't supposed to be lonely. So, okay. So now we got two people. That's going to try to come together, to be together, putting in today's terms, and be one person, to get along and to do things together as one. So, being that, and see, this is where the problem come in. These are just my opinions and my thoughts. This is where I feel like the problem come in with this whole 50-50 thing. Women are so used to doing everything. If you have children, you're used to taking care of your children, whether you're a single mother or whether you're married. So it's certain things that women just do. naturally. We're nurturers. So it's just some things are given. Women, the woman is going to take care of that anyway. You know, that's not even some things the men even have to worry about or don't even touch, especially in my house, because it's like it's a woman thing. And I feel like it should not be like that. That's not how it's supposed to be. But anyway, talk about that another day. So my thing is that the woman is going to always be, you know, the nurturer, and, you know, in whatever kind of relationship or ship it is. So when the woman was created and they were, you know, meant to be together, and they were together and they were doing everything, you know, the man was already established. So what so I'll go back. So what the problem is in today's society is that we skipping that part. And I'm guilty of been there, done that. Thank you, God, for deliverance. You know, we want to get the ones that need fixing and help, and don't get me wrong, everybody need help, and that's fine. You know, that's not what I'm negating here. What I'm saying is that at the age that I am now, I could not ever do anything like that now. It almost make me want to throw up, or it make me start itching when I think about take care of who. Oh Lord, no, Jesus Christ, no, indeed, no. Take care of you. Come pick you up. Pick you up from where? No. I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not. Not today. Not timid today. Now, years ago, yes, we've all done things, you know. However, even then, when I think about it now, that when I did it, I would do it again. I would change some things, because at the end of the day, we all need help some kind of way, you know. But my thing is that I'm not going to put myself in a position or in a situation where I'm going to be the only one doing, if that makes sense. Like, that's prime example. You go out with your friends, you know, you meet a lady, you know, she rode there with somebody. I'm going to talk about a lady, because, you know, I feel like it's always men that are the ones that are like they're the bad guys. So I'm going to talk about a lady. You meet her somewhere, she rode there with somebody, or she, you know, got dropped off, or whatever the case may be. And then now you got to take her home. You know, now you bringing her over to your place. You know, now she didn't left her toiletries or her, you know, her underclothes or something at your house. You know how the old saying used to be, don't let them leave the shoes under your bed. Remember that? So, but now today, women, they'll leave something in your bathroom. You know, some to let you know I've been here. You know, and I'm staying, and you not. So, you know, so now you got her, and then you thinking, okay, so it's a Friday. Let's say it's Labor Day weekend. The Monday, y'all still laying in the bed, she's stretching. Woo, yeah. Think she might be out there. She don't even have a job. She might be in between jobs. But whatever the case may be, she don't have nothing. She can't bring you nothing. And what she's bringing you, you can get somewhere else. So, if that's all you bringing, darling, and this is too easy now, if you know what I mean. If that's all you have to offer, men don't really want that. No, they need peace. You know, they want and it's the craziest thing is that men want the same thing women want. But women feel like it's all about the money. And it's not. It's not. Because you leave here today or tomorrow, whatever you have here is going to be here. I'm not saying be foolish with your finances and stuff like that, but what I'm saying is that that's not all a woman should want from a man, and that's not all a man should want from a woman, what they can give them financially, tangible things, because it doesn't last. It doesn't. So my thing is that, you know, in relationship that I'm in, the marriage that I am in, we help one another. Now, granted, it was, you know, it was a little, you know, but we're here now, you know. So, my thing is this. So, I don't, here we go. All right. To whom, okay, I'll go back. I'll go here first. So, let's say you meet the woman, you know, or you meet the man or the woman that has everything. They don't need you for anything. That is the almost absolute best feeling in the whole wide world, to know that you don't have to finance someone else. It is. It is. That they're self-sufficient without you. Because like me and my husband talk about it all the time. You know, we were both fine when we met each other. We absolutely were. It wasn't a need. It wasn't a, you know, a need. I mean, it was a need, but it wasn't you know, I need him to take care of me. No, I take care of me. You know. Now, that means different things to different people, you know. Like, I didn't need him financially, if that makes sense. You know, but I wanted him, and likewise, he the same. So, I feel like this, you know, in 2024, yes, the man is the provider in the relationship, in the marriage. I'm gonna say marriage because in relationships, even with people dating, they don't hold the men or the woman to. So my thing is this, I just go back to this, I just say this point. When you're dating, you're like, I hope that you're dating for the overall purpose to be married. Because if you're not, what you doing? So even in those relationships, you should be treating it like how it's going to be once you do become a husband or you become a wife. Now, I'm not saying all the other stuff, you know, is not important, but it's important because you don't need to go into it thinking it's one way and it's not that way, if that makes sense. Like, if they weren't shoving money off on you while you were single and dating them, because when you're single, you can date more than one person because you're dating. If you're not married, you don't have to be with one, you know, date one person. But we'll talk about that another day. That's just my opinion. So you don't need to think that, you know, they'll be shelling out all this money to you. If they wasn't shelling out all this money to you while you were dating, when you get married, it's probably going to be the absolute same. Okay? So my perspective on it is this, you know, the men are the providers. They're to provide for the home. And women, we come in and we make that house a home, a safe place, you know, a place of peace. So that's that. Now, when it comes to like finances, like how we are, because like I told y'all before, I'm a foodie. Like, I like to eat out in different restaurants, you know, try different things. So every time we go, no, my husband doesn't always pay. And no, I always don't pay. We either take turns, and I'm not talking about money together. I'm talking about our own money, you know, like whatever I have to side, you know, for spending or whatever. Likewise, after everything in the home is taken care of. So it's like, I'll do it sometimes, and then he'll do it sometimes. And I'm all right with that. I am absolutely okay with that. Everybody not. They living in this fantasy, in this social media, on this internet, thinking that's how it is. That is not how it is in reality. I don't care how much money they have. They're not telling you the truth. They're not telling you the truth. Because I'm very sure with people that perceive or make you think they have this notion like their significant other, I'm going to say man, because it's not a bunch of women that say it, but their man takes care of them and pays all the bills and they keep all their money. They're not telling the truth. They're not telling. And if they were, and if they are some that are, you know, subject to the rule, that are, you know, that are, you know, they don't. They do. They keep all their money for themselves. Because my husband be telling me all the time, you got your own money. You got more money than me. I be like, I don't even know what you're talking about, sir. What you talking about? But anyway, so my thing is that, you know, if you're both striving to be better, to get to a certain position in life, you know, you have to work together. You have to be there for one another. Whether it's, you know, it may not always have to be financially, you know, because I think everybody has something that they has to take care of on their own also, from whatever reason, your past or this, or, you know, whatever, you know. So Don't think that you're gonna find this man. Now there are some out there. There are people out there that are living with these people, and they foot their bill. They don't have to pay for nothing. They pay for everything. They finance them. You know, they give them all the money they want. They go on these trips. They go on these eatings. You know, they do whatever they want to do. The man is the sole provider. The woman doesn't even work. Lord, I don't know how that is, but so there are some people that are living lives just like that. But like it says, to whom much is given, much is required. So you better know that those things come with something. Now, what that something is, let's talk about it. I can remember, and I'm not just talking about, you know, what I saw as a child or how, you know, how things unplayed as now that I'm adult. But when I think about it and I use my mind, you know, you have the man paying for everything. The wife doesn't work. She's the homemaker. I know some women didn't work for 30, 40 years. Their husband took care of them. And another house. He had a whole nother family on the other side of the world. That's just how it was. So again, to whom much is given, much is required. Much more you have to subject yourself to because you want to live this way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who wants that? Like, I couldn't been living in those days. Now they have some men that took care of their women all those years, and they didn't. You know what I'm saying? They did not require anything else. They were faithful husbands, or, you know, faithful to their wives. But back in those times, that was nearly impossible. I feel like everybody in my generation, in the age that I am, they either have a grandfather or a grandmother or an uncle or a father that can attest to this, because that's just how it was back then. Now, in these days, women are not putting up with that. Now, I mean, then you can't, and that's another reason. You know, I'm not gonna let you pay for everything, because it comes with the price. You control. It's called control. So, you know, I don't work, you work, you bring in all the money, and I got to do whatever you say do. I'm already grown. I'm already raised. No, thank you. And it's the truth. Some of it come with a beating. Some of it come with infidelities, cheating. You know, some of it be sickos. You know, so either way, it's something that comes with that, with not being able to be able to work, or not keeping your own money, whatever you want to call it. Something comes with it. So what I was going to say earlier was that, you know, I heard I was reading this story online. So I heard one guy, he was just saying how, you know, women, one lady, I think he went like viral because he would make, either it was his fiance was making like $85,000 a year, and he was making like 70, and they were getting married. He bought the ring, he proposed, and he paid all the bills. All her money was her money, is what the post said. So let's just say you got $80,000, and whatever that is in a month, you don't do nothing with it. He paid for everything for you. You just keep him. So y'all should be really in a place together to where y'all should be going on trips every other weekend, baby. If you got that much money, you could be taking that man out. I would. You know, if he's already decided he's going to take care of everything, y'all vehicles, y'all home, y'all mortgage, y'all food, the dog, the cat, whatever it is, and he paid for your ring, and it's supposed to be some big old time ring. So the post was about her father. He's paying for the wedding too, and the wedding is like $75,000. Baby, who at this wedding? What y'all? $75,000? If I had $75,000, I'm not spending it on no wedding, because that's what that is. That's a wedding. That's not a marriage. Anyway, we'll talk about that another day. Prices with that. But so you can be dating. That's what it was. Her father, the girl's father, in the post had told the daughter that she might want to rethink this. because he didn't want to pay for the whole wedding. He shouldn't. He absolutely should not. And half of that stuff not even for him. That is absolutely ridiculous in the generation, in the reality people live in. I sometimes I just be act like I'm blown. I just keep struggling. Sometimes I read it, but I be blown away because people really think this is realistic, and it's not. It's not. That is social media, and that is what it's for, to entertain you. You know, don't get caught up in these people lifestyles and thinking you may find that man, but I'm telling you, it's going to take two people. You know, you can have a man that's doing the providing, and then the wife is making the home a home, or they have children, taking care of the children. But at the same time, that is actually work. That's a lot of work. I mean, it's just me and my husband, and I'd be tired. You know, working all day, cooking, cleaning, washing clothes, folding clothes. Then, you know, I anyway, yeah. So, you know, you have to work together. You know, I'm not going to say that I disagree with the whole 50-50 thing or that I agree. But what I will say is that the woman was acquired to help. So my help is whatever is needed. And sometimes they might be finances. Finances. And that's okay. Now, them repeat offenders, you know, like I was saying earlier, you know, been there, done that. You know, you meet somebody and you got to almost like you buy a build or something. Like you trying to create something. You cannot make a maid. You cannot create a person. You cannot raise a man. You cannot raise a woman. You cannot make them be what you want them to be. It has to already be in them. So, you know, you can't do that. They have to already be made up on their own. You know, be self-sufficient. You know, so people don't need to get caught up in that. You know, 50-50, everything. I'm paying, he paying this, I'm paying that. No, not necessarily. No, he needs to be able to afford it. You know, and I'm here to help him if he needs me. That's just that. That's how we do it over here. You know, I've heard, you know, people say, you know, it's 50-50. What's 50-50? We're going to do 50-50 on the laundry? On cooking? On cleaning? That's what I thought. So what is you even talking about? And that's another thing. We'll talk about that another day, about the gender roles in the home. You know, only a woman's supposed to do this. Only a man's supposed to do that. That went out the they in the 30s, in the 40s, and the 50s. Because I don't remember my grandfather cooking. I cannot even. My grandmother was a cook, so I don't even remember that. If he cooked, all I saw the man do was eat. Like this one here that I got. I ain't seen him wash a dish, but he provided for whatever was needed. And like I said too, it's how you was raised. Like if you wasn't raised seeing that being done in your home, you will think, you know, when I get my home, I ain't doing this all by myself. But you're supposed to. You are the provider. You want to be up there, you want to be the head, so I'll help you if you need me. But you was already toiling this land before I got here. Back then, you know. So, people just, you know, I feel like need to be realistic. Like, of course, every woman wants to be treated like a queen. Every man wants to be treated like a king, as though you should be, you know. But I don't think people need to get in their mind that it's supposed to be a certain way. Whatever you have going on in your relationship, if it works for your own, that's what's working. That's what you do, even in your relationship. And then, you know, like I was saying earlier, when you're dating, you have to be dating for a reason. Like, because when you get married, this is how you will want it to be. you know. And I just feel like if you have someone in, you know, is in need, you need something, they should be there for you like you're there for them. You know? They should. So, but yeah, that's true also. Um, it's not always men that, you know, thinks that, you know, it has to be 50-50. There are women that think like that. And I've, you know, I'm like, you're not the man, so you need to help. You know, you don't need to come in something saying, oh, making a list, this what he gonna do, this what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's, what we gonna do, because we is in this together. You know, but I don't agree with the whole 50-50. You know, because there's certain things you cannot split up. You can't, emotions can be split up. I'm giving 50 of my emotion, you're gonna give 50 of your emotion, then it's gonna be one emotion. No, no, that ain't how that work. No. So this topic is a little touchy, you know, it's a little sensitive situation because everybody has their own opinions on how things should be. And my opinion is just my opinion. I don't believe in a whole 50-50 thing. I just feel like it shouldn't even be numbers, because you know how they had the back thing going in back in the day. It was the 80-20 rule. You know, people was talking about, they was on that for one time. You know, you got all of this and then you want to, you know, sacrifice it for just this little thing that's not going on, and then end up with nothing. So I just think you all should know it is Black History Month, February. So, you know, my shirt says I am Black History, and that I am. Shout out to Lucky 17. That's who made me this shirt bunch of years ago. But yeah. So what y'all think about it? Do y'all believe it should be 50-50 when you're talking about relationships with a man and a woman, with a husband and a wife, with a boyfriend and a girlfriend? Everything should be 50-50? Or do you feel like, you know, you do this, I do that today? If you need me here, I need that. If you got it, you got it. You know, you got to do whatever works for your situation, your relationship. You know, because if, I mean, my grandmother, if I can remember, she didn't work. My mom's mom, she worked. I mean, she didn't work. Lord Jesus, she did work. She was a cook. So, and my grandfather, he worked. So, it wasn't a relationship where she was at home. They both worked. So I always felt when I obtained a marriage, and just like my other grandmother, she worked. My grandfather, he worked. Now I didn't see them raising up being in a marriage. They were married, and you know, not living together by the time I was born. But they both worked, so they were like self-sufficient, I'm assuming. But like I say, you know, in those times, y'all know, if you know, you know. So, you know, you just have to do what works for you, what works for your home, you know. Don't let the internet entice you to think one way, or you see something and you think it's supposed to be that way. That's not how this stuff's really going. I'm telling you. Because Google it. Put it in YouTube. Some of these celebrities and these YouTubers that you're watching, you see them together and they got all these things together. They acquire all these things together. Them people not even together no more. I saw that on there. I was like, oh, I thought they were still together. No. And it's not, I don't think it was because of things, but I'm just saying, like, you're putting this narrative out there like life should be this one way. We're all human. That didn't work because that's not how it's supposed to be. I mean, I think one of them that I used to watch, he got a whole nother baby. 2 babies. I'm like, they ain't some YouTubers, you know, when you watch YouTubers. And then this other one, I think, somebody had put out some messages, you know, and she was saying, now they're back together now. I think the last time I saw, they are back together, and I cannot think of their names. But she had left him, and she put everything out on social media, and then she took him back. Yep. She was saying how everything was her money. She was taking care of him. She was doing this. She was doing that. See? And y'all thought it was him. I can't think of her name. And if you know what I'm talking about, put her name in. I cannot think of her name. I want to say, I think she's a rapper, but she might be a model. But the guy's kind of tall and dark-skinned. And they had some type of... I can't think of their names. But if y'all know who I'm talking about, tell me down there. But yeah, she took him back. She was saying that even the phones, I mean, they was getting into it all on the internet about the phones not being his name, about him taking over one channel. I'm like, but see, that's, y'all be thinking, I'm telling you, everything is not what it seems. It's not. It's not. And, you know, I want to leave y'all with this quote. It says, if you find a path with no obstacles, it probably doesn't lead anywhere. Frank A. Clark. And that is so true. If you think you see a relationship and everything is perfect and nothing is wrong in a relationship, ain't gonna lead nowhere, boo-boo. Nowhere. I mean, anything. Like, if everything is going to have trials. You know what I'm saying? So, if you find a path, let me know. Without obstacles. You got somewhere? Let me know down there. And again, like I say, thank you all for listening and being here. And when you come back, tell your cousin, sister, friend, my secret that is free. And bring her back when you come back. What's today? Thursday? On next Tuesday. And next Tuesday, I'm going to try something a little bit different. And I hope you all like it. I don't know, but we'll see. So, y'all have a good night. And just, you know, don't get caught up in the rigmarole. I had a little headache, so I wasn't feeling too well. But, I don't know. My sleep is kind of off. But, yeah. So, see y'all next time.